For this class, Zuo and Jake, I would like you to leave your cameras turned on. Please don't turn them off. I need to be able to see that everyone is at their stations and they are paying attention to the lesson. All right, that's a very important part of the lesson. All right, thank you. And today we are going to talk about question tag questions. All right, question tags. Um, Question tags are actually very easy. They normally appear in your grammar close or your grammar MCQs, and you just have to look for the word in front to get the answer for the word behind. So it's like a positive negative thing. If you see the positive in front, you write the negative as your answer behind. If you see a negative in front, you write the positive as your answer behind. Okay, but all right, question tags are normally not that easy as well. Sometimes there are some questions that don't actually give you any clues within the question itself. So that's what we are going to talk about today as well. Those special types of questions, and then I have to explain to you why the answer is like that as well. Um, okay, so without further ado, these are the things we are going to cover today. We're going to focus more on the grammar MCQ as well as the editing. In between over here, we will have a 5-minute break because this is an hour and a half lesson, so you get 5 minutes break in between. And of course, we cover vocabulary close MCQs as well. But that's not the main thing we're covering. We're covering question tags today. So what are question tags basically? Question tags are words added to the end of the statement. This part is very important, right? They are added to the end of the statement to turn those statements into questions. Yeah. So um, statements are basically sentences that end with a full stop. But if you add the words, you add the question tags behind, it turns them into a questions. So remember what I talked about just now? If the statement is positive, all right, I'll put positive as like a blue. If the statement is positive, all right, it will normally be followed by a negative tag behind. If the statement is negative in front, it's normally followed by a positive tag behind. Let's have a look at negative and positive. The main difference between negative and positive, right, is that negative tags, right, have the word not embedded within them. Negative statements has the word not embedded within them as well. Okay, so that's how we say something is negative and something is positive. The one that has the not attached to it, that's negative. The one that doesn't, that's positive. Okay, so it's a plus and minus kind of thing. You got that right? Over here, I'm actually putting in the mathematical symbols plus and minus to show that it's positive and negative. Okay, so if I'm going too fast at any point in time, okay, Jake and Suan, please tell me. All right, please tell me. Then I can slow down a little bit as well. Or if you think that, hey, Mr. Joel, we know this well enough, can you teach us something else? No problem, right? We can tailor the lessons according to what everyone needs. If you have any requests, please let me know. Okay. Um. So over here, if we look at the positive part and the negative part, okay, it's very difficult to spot the not in it, but the not is actually embedded within here. The N apostrophe T are not, right? Are not you. Um, I do know that the phrase are not you sounds a bit weird because if you read it like that, right? You are afraid are not you. That's actually really like it just jars at your grammatical senses. Okay, so the correct way, if you want to expand this properly without the ns behind, you're supposed to say, are you not? Yeah, you are afraid, are you not? Kind of thing. Okay, it's not you are not you. That's just bad broken English. Same thing in the bottom part over here. The N apostrophe T is the not part. So where we have the not is actually the part that we have the negative, right? The negative question tag. So this is negative at the back. The first one is negative at the front. And then for the first one, it's positive at the front and negative at the back. Oh, sorry, positive at the front and positive at the back. for the second one. So you can see the positive part is the one without the not. The negative is the one with the not. So you're afraid, aren't you? Right? You aren't afraid, are you? Right? So these two questions have a very similar meaning. They're just slightly different and might get you a bit of slight different effects from the people that you are using this phrase on, right? So the first phrase is asking, is you're just assuming the person is afraid and you're just confirming that the person is afraid, right? You are afraid, aren't you? Right? And then the person goes, yeah, I'm so afraid. Oh my goodness, why did I allow you to bring me into this haunted house? Yeah. But the second one is kind of like challenging that person and saying, hey, you're a scaredy cat, right? It's like, you aren't afraid, are you? Right? You aren't afraid, are you? Come on, right? Stop being a scaredy cat. Ooh, chicken, 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 chicken. Don't dare to go into the haunted house with me. Woo-hoo-hoo. That kind of thing. Yeah. So slightly different effects. All right, but nonetheless, both questions are question tag questions. Now, these types of questions are very common in your MCQ, your grammar MCQ, and your Cloze, grammar Cloze. Right. So over here, we have a few blanks. I'll give you marks for them. I'll assign these different ones to you guys. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of you. So I have one extra. So what I'll do is I'll just give you the statement behind, and then you give me the statements for the ones I assign you to. All right, for the first one, he isn't crazy, is he? Right. So in this case, same thing. We have the negative over here. So we have to have, so that's the negative over here. We have to have the positive behind, right? It's always the opposite. It's the positive here. All right, let me just assign them to you. What color should I use? I'll use the brown color here. First one is Lavania. I'll just put lava over here so you know who you are. This one would be Zuo-en, so I'll put ZE over here. This would be Li Wen, so I'll put LW here. This is Liam over here, and this one will be Jake. Send me your answers in the text group, in the chat group, and then I will look at it, and then I'll add points accordingly. For Zuo-en and Jake, you don't have an account to accumulate points, but what you can do is you can join the classes now, although that doesn't happen very often, and I'll give you the account directly. But if you can't, then you have to accumulate points again for the next lesson. Okay, so Li Wen's answer has come in, so she is correct. You don't speak Mandarin, do you? With a question mark behind. Good. So Li Wen is correct. Nice. How about the rest of you? What are your answers? So Lavanya is correct. He wasn't relaxed, was he? Good. And then we have the answer coming in from Zuo-en. Zuo-en says, wasn't they? They weren't late. Wasn't they? Now, that's wrong. Zuo-en, you gotta be careful because the original word over here is were. So you have to use were as well, not was. Were is for plural, right? Because they is more than one. So it's supposed to be were they? Yeah, not wasn't they. All right, it's the positive part here. All right, next, Jake. Jake says you haven't done the test yet, have you? That's correct, Jake. Good job. And then Liam, you didn't study for the test, did you? Very good. Okay, so at the end here, we have all the positives, and at the beginning, we have all the negatives, right? The not. So these are all actually negative because of not there, right? Negative, 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 negative. And at the end, all right, we have all the positive. Opposite of isn't is is. Opposite of wasn't is was. Opposite of weren't is were. Opposite of don't is do. Opposite of didn't is did. Opposite of haven't is have. Okay? So that is basically your question tag questions, but we have the negative in front and the positive behind. Later on, we'll practice with the positive in front and the negative behind. But first, let me give the students some marks. So you guys got it correct. Good job. So Lavania, 1 point, Yuan, 1 point, and Yuan, that's 1 point. Okay, let's continue. Now, moving on. This is the opposite, right? The positives are all in front, all right? So these are all positives. Was, can, right? Has, have, will, should. These are all positive. Plus, 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 plus. Okay? What would the negative be? This time round, I will demonstrate the last one. He should do it. Negative of should is shouldn't. And then I have to use the correct pronoun. Shouldn't he? Okay, let me give you your assignments over here and see which one you're supposed to do. Here we will have Lavania, and then this one will be Tuan, this will be Li Wen, this will be Jake, this will be Liam. Okay, do it like that. Liam immediately has, did you? Where did the did you come from? Okay, Li Wen is correct. She has seen the movie, hasn't she? All right, so opposite of has is hasn't. Hasn't she? Jake is correct as well. You can sing this song, can't you? What's the question mark, yeah? Okay, Lavania is actually, where's Lavania? She will tell him. That's actually wrong, Lavania. Opposite of will is will not. When we combine will not together, it's actually won't. Won't she? Won't is will not combined together, right? And then we have Tuan. Tuan says don't. They don't. Oh, so what's the opposite of have? Tuan. Opposite of have is not don't, yeah? Don't is the opposite of do. Yeah, opposite of have is haven't. Okay, and we need to copy the same one over here, they, and they must be behind, all right? Haven't they? Okay, so that's the correct answer here. They have a ball, haven't they? And then lastly, we have Liam. I was fortunate. The opposite of was is not weren't, Liam. The opposite of was is wasn't. How can you change was to were? There are two different words, yeah? Was is singular, were is for plural. So here it's supposed to be wasn't. I was fortunate, wasn't I? Okay, so it seems like for this part, only Li Wen gets the mark. Li Wen and actually Jake gets the mark as well, right? Li Wen and Jake. So over here, it's all the negatives behind, right? Was, wasn't, can, can't, has, hasn't, have, haven't, will, won't, should, shouldn't. Yeah, all the negatives are behind here, right? Negative, 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 negative. Because all of these N apostrophe T's, they are all representing the word not. Not. All right, not. All right, not. Right, all the words not. All right. So for this part, unfortunately, PLD is Le Wen. Li Wen. No, PLD is not Li Wen, Jake. PLD is Tuan. Yeah, PLD is Tuan. Okay. So I have to give marks to Li Wen. All right, good job, Li Wen. You will get 1 point. All right, back to the question tag.